What is up, guys? We're live here from the boat doing my post NFL draft reactions. And listen, this is the best NFL draft I've ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles have. They were tremendous last year. Absolutely great. Getting Jordan Davis, getting A.J. Brown in the trade, getting Dean, getting Jurgens was great. They completely won up that this year. I didn't think it was possible. I was a little worried with the way the Eagles were going heading into the draft. I thought they were in a little bit of no man's land where they were at 10. Weren't going to get one of those elite talents there left at the top of the board. Because I really didn't think this draft was that great. But, man, Howie Roseman steps up. Howie Roseman just stepped up. And what they wound up doing right before the draft was there was a whole bunch of noise after there was tampering with Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. Jonathan Gannon wasn't in it with the Eagles for the Super Bowl. Complete fraud, in my opinion. But I'll probably do a video on that later. So we got pick 66 for pick 94 and a 5th round pick next year, which I'll get back into that later too. So sitting there at pick 10, it's falling okay. Carter's at 9. They go trade up to the Bears, take Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, in my opinion, is a top 2 player in the NFL draft this year. Next to, he's 1A, 1B with Will Anderson. It's exactly what you needed after Javon Hargrave left. Absolutely fire pick, A-plus pick, 100%. Yes, there's the off-the-field stuff. Looks like they had that sort of figured out. The Eagles did their due diligence with him. And we'll see throughout the rest of the draft. They also drafted teammates of his who hopefully will help with that whole situation, make sure he doesn't do anything like this again. Pick 30. We're there. And the one guy that I really wanted to pick 10 was Nolan Smith. I still think Nolan Smith is an absolute stud. He just screams the athleticism he has. Just reminds me so much of what Trayvon Walker was last year coming out of Georgia. Yeah, he's a little bit shorter. He's a little bit smaller. But he screams stud to me if he can figure it out in the NFL. So they got him at pick 30, 2 Georgia Dogs again. And then, we are at picks, 62? We trade back a little bit. 65 and 66 are picks. Forget the whole trade. They're complicated. They traded so much I can't remember all the trades. But at 65, they took a guard, Tyler Steen from Alabama. And listen, whenever you get offensive players from Alabama, I think it's a good pick. Steen is athletic, big. He fits what Stoutland does. And I don't think he's going to start, but I think he could start. There's a chance he could start. So, I'll give that pick a B+. No, A-. I'll give it an A-. I like the pick. Wasn't, perfect. But there wasn't really... I don't know. I did like Torrance. I think he went right before... B+, A- is somewhere in there. It doesn't matter. Sidney Brown, I don't like the size as much, but he's athletic. He seems like a baller. He's a leader. That's another A-, B+ type pick. He was taken with the 66th pick right after he's a safety. He may come right in and start. I'm not 100% sure. And they said the best player for that position will start. And I'm not sure if that's Blankenship. I'm not sure if that's Sidney Brown. We'll see it. We'll see at that pick. What that winds up being, but I like the pick. I like the aggressiveness. And then in the 4th round, they trade up to 105 and draft Kelee Ringo. And this guy's upside is tremendous. Corner from Georgia, 4.36 speed, 6'2". He's got all the measurables, everything. He said there's a little bit of character issues with him, but like I said, with all the guys they've drafted from Georgia before, the way the Eagles' culture has worked, they are probably okay with that. Obviously not going to hit on all these guys. We'll see what happens. Then I think their next pick was in the 6th round. It was Tanner McKee. This one was the first one to me in this draft. It's like, okay, that's a little bit of a head scratcher. But it makes sense. Tanner McKee was another value guy where some people had him going to the 2nd round earlier in the year. Some people thought he's a 4th round, 5th round pick. They got him in the 6th. I'm not in love with the prospect. I'm in love with the value. B+ pick there. I don't know. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I wouldn't say it's a great pick. I don't know who I really would have went with there. It seems like there was a big drop-off in players in this draft. They just didn't, like, the 5th round on, like, these guys just all kind of flow together, weren't much anything great. And then in the 7th round, the late 7th round, they get Ojomo from Texas, who I really liked. And I thought he could have been a 4th round candidate when they took Ringo. But I like Ojomo a lot. I'm not even sure if he's going to make the team. He's probably a practice squad player. But one of the bigger moves today, and probably the biggest move they made the whole day, was they traded a 4th round pick in 2025 and flip-flopped in the 7th round, which I'm pretty sure they wound up trading that pick anyway, to the Lions for DeAndre Swift. And you just completely solidified your running back room there. You have a couple really good running backs in this group. You don't have like that number 1 bell cow back that you had in Miles Sanders last year, but I think between Gainwell, Scott, Swift, and Penny, you got 4 really solid rotational running backs who can help you in all situations. Plus, you have one of the best running quarterbacks in the whole NFL in Jalen Hurts to supplement that. So, in my opinion, this is just an absolute slam dunk draft. A+. Now, knowing this, I'm probably going to be completely wrong. These guys are all going to bust out or something like that. But it was a great day for the Philadelphia Eagles. I really like what they did. And then, oh, yeah, those 2 7th-round picks they traded. I think they traded back from one of their 6th-round picks. They got 2 7th-round picks, and they traded those 2 7th-round picks and moved up to the 5th round. They got a 5th-round pick in next year's draft. Howie Roseman is just, they pretty much got DeAndre Swift for free. Like, it's just, Howie Roseman just does things like boggling. Actually, no, I think it would be more DeAndre Swift. They got a 4th. It was the 4th and 5th. Like I said, there's so many trades. They're running through my mind. But Howie Roseman, either way, 4th or 5th round pick, just absolutely put on a clink today. And if these guys are all what we think they are, even if they're half of what we think they are, this is a tremendous, tremendous slam dunk draft. And I'm going to get off here soon, because I know there's some UDFA guys that's probably signing right now. The one thing I want is a punter. Bring me a punter, Howie, because punter is one of the big reasons we lost the Super Bowl. So maybe they'll go get a punter. We'll see. We'll see once I'm done this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to probably go more in depth, like some highlight videos and all, going in after after all this UDFA stuff is over, and probably do some highlight reactions to use some UDFA guys that you guys probably don't know about. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We're on the boat. We're going to enjoy the rest of this draft weekend. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Cut hot. Peace out.